The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Hi, and welcome to the Eagles Sports Network. I'm Caitlin Jones, standing alongside head coach for the track and field team, David Needs. So I'm no expert, but I would say that your first meet of the outdoor season was pretty successful. Will you just take a minute to speak on that for us?
Sure. One of the things that we take pride in as a team is to get athletes to perform at their personal best. And then for athletes that have been here for 3-4 years, just to see that continued development. So a guy like Devon Moore that runs a 10.25, third fastest time in the country in all divisions. That's Division I, Division II, everything last weekend. So it was one of the best. It's like the 21st best time all time in Division II. So when you have a guy that's been here for as long as Devon has, and then to couple that with a great relay where our relay team runs a 39.87, which up to 2 years ago would have been the school record, but just up to last year would have been the school record. But just to have those athletes come out and run basically one of the fastest times in the country, and regardless of division, makes you feel good as a coach that you're not just recruiting good athletes on the Division II level, but good athletes, period, that are relevant in the world. I think we looked at one point with our relay team, we were like sixth in the world. So of all times, professional and so, but if we just stop there, that would be a tragedy. To not mention people like Cortavius Garrett, who provisionally qualified for nationals. Sidney McCarty has like the third best long jump in the country right now in Division II. So many. Shane and KJ to be in the high jump and to be hit 2 meters so early in the year. Sade to run well. Janiyah to get her first win, and so you just to have a lot of our people and do some events that they maybe wouldn't traditionally have done, but just to get them rolling and to get them going. Poor old Katie Smock had to run the 10K. She was the only runner in the race. Yeah. So when you do that, that takes dedication. That's 25 times around the track by yourself. And but yeah, we were certainly proud of this weekend.
Yeah, it was extremely impressive. I think when I was looking at it, I counted up at least 10 first-place finishes on the weekend, so very exciting stuff. We talked about last time that you're going to have some split weekends, so we know you're going to 2 different meets this weekend. We want to talk and touch on both, but can you just tell me how you all kind of decide, like, who's going here and who's going here throughout the season?
So we look at the best competition, and we look at the best surface for our athletes to perform at their very best. We kind of polled the different groups. We were going to take the throwers to Montreat, but they're limiting the field. So that kind of factors into the decision. So Lee's not limiting the field. So we said, all right, we'll take the throwers to Lee. Coach Chris Potts-Howard said, Coach, we've had a good experience. He has had a personal good experience because one of his best jumps ever was there at Montreat, so he knows it's a good place to jump. So he said, hey, Coach, I'd like to take the jumpers to Montreat. I said, yeah, sure. We usually go to Montreat and Lee, but they decided to move them to the same week. Paul Valder said, Coach, we like Montreat. We've been better there. We're going to go there. And then the distance and the sprinters just got together and said, look, this is the best place for us to go. Now, we're not bringing all of our sprinters this weekend because there's the possibility of the Texas relays in 2 weeks. And so we didn't, if they were going to run in that, we didn't want to take them this week and run essentially 3 weeks in a row. And then UT's the following week. And so we want to run 4 weeks in a row, so that's just part of the decision as we decide.
Awesome. So you kind of mentioned resting a couple of people. Yeah. It leads into a little bit of my next question, but you did so well this first week. Right. You're heading right into the next week. But how do you all continue to improve from where you've started this season? You mentioned people hitting 2 meters already in some of their events. And how do you all continue as a coaching staff to push these athletes?
Well, first of all, you can't be satisfied. If you're satisfied with being average, Carson Newman isn't the place you want to go, right? So we're going to continue to push. We're going to go through training. We're going to train hard so that we can be that person in the meet that we need to be. But then, we've never had ours our standard just to be good. We want to be one of the best in the country. And so once you go to nationals, you get that taste of going. And once you hear your teammates going to nationals and they talk about all the things and how good it is, then others want to join them. So you don't want to just win the meet. You want to be in a mark like Devon at 10.25. Like, he could have run slower and won, but at 10.25, he wanted to be the best in the country. So the idea is that we're driving our athletes, and they're driving themselves to be the very best product that they can possibly be every time on the track. And if we do that, then those marks are going to take care of themselves.
Awesome. Well, as always, congratulations on last week. Good luck in the upcoming meets, and we'll be back talking to you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you all for tuning in to the Eagle Sports Network.